There's some big breaking news that's coming in. We're learning that there's been big relief for Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh. He's been granted bail in connection with the Liquorgate probe. This comes just after the Supreme Court made big observations. They were oral observations about asking the ED about why the Aam Aadmi Party MP leader should remain in custody, given that he's already been behind bars for a period of 6 months. Now, big news, he's been granted bail by the court, and it's relief for the Aam Aadmi Party MP. Now, remember, beyond Sanjay Singh, who has been behind bars in connection with the Liquorgate probe, you also, of course, recently have Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, who has been jailed in connection with this. Beyond this, earlier as well, Manish Sisodia is also in jail, in fact. But in connection with this other big face of the Aam Aadmi Party, Sanjay Singh has now been granted relief. He's been given bail by the court.
और संजय सिंह अपने घर के बाहर बकायदा ईडी को लेकर एक पर्चा लगाकर रखते थे कि ईडी का स्वागत है, ईडी उनके घर तक आ सकती है, कोई सवाल नहीं है। तो संजय सिंह की राहत आम आदमी पार्टी के लिए बहुत बड़ी राहत है। संजय सिंह उन चेहरों में से आती हैं जो 4 से 5 चेहरे पूरी पार्टी में सबसे दबंग माने जाते हैं या सबसे मजबूत पिलर के तौर पर माने जाते हैं। तो संजय सिंह को जमानत मिलना यानी कि आम आदमी पार्टी को ऑक्सीजन मिलने जैसा है। जी
Now, essentially, this is likely to also put more pressure on the Enforcement Directorate to come out with exact money trails, because earlier the Supreme Court, in their oral observations, they had actually asked the Enforcement Directorate, again, one, why should the Aam Aadmi Party leader remain in custody, given that he's already been behind bars for 6 months? But they also observed that no money or trace of money has been recovered from Sanjay Singh. Now, what kind of impact this is likely to have on the cases of other Aam Aadmi Party leaders who are already in jail in connection with this case remains to be seen. Remember, those two names are Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal. Because here as well, this is big relief for the Aam Aadmi Party MP, Sanjay Singh. To get us more, we're crossing over to my colleague Isha. Isha, very big news. Sanjay Singh has been granted bail. He's now going to be allowed to continue with political activities. Tell us more.
Right, Aisha. In fact, Sanjay Singh also recently took his oath as a Rajya Sabha MP from Aam Aadmi Party. He was nominated again, and now he has been granted bail. So this is a major sign of relief for the Aam Aadmi Party. They will heave a sigh of relief, considering that out of the 4 major leaders, Sanjay Singh was considered to be a very outspoken one, and now that he has been given bail, he will come out and only bolster the Aam Aadmi Party's campaign against the BJP and also against Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. In fact, it's also been stated that Sanjay Singh will be allowed to continue with all his political activities, and the Supreme Court has stated that Sanjay Singh is set to be released during the pendency of the trial, considering that the trial is still incomplete and evidence is also still being connected. But yes, this is a major relief coming from for the Aam Aadmi Party from the Supreme Court side. Back to you.
All right, Isha, we're also going to go through a few other statements that have been made. The Supreme Court has said that bail cannot be treated as precedent. Now, we will connect shortly with our colleague Harish to tell us more about the legal aspects of this. But this is also another big aspect of the case, because the Supreme Court, the top court, after granting bail to Sanjay Singh, they've also said that bail cannot be treated as precedent, which then likely means that when it comes to the cases of Manish Sisodia as well as Arvind Kejriwal, this will likely have no impact on it. But to get us that proper legal analysis, we will be connecting shortly with our reporter there. But remember, this is big relief for the Aam Aadmi Party MP, Sanjay Singh. And this also gives more of a backing and more support to the Aam Aadmi Party, because what the Aam Aadmi Party has continued to say is that this is a witch hunt, and all of the evidence that the ED claims to have has not been presented in court, which is why the Aam Aadmi Party has also continued to say that all of the cases that have been filed, all of the arrests that have been made against the Aam Aadmi Party in connection with the Liquorgate probe, they are illegal. And this, again, gives more support to the Aam Aadmi Party, because over here the Supreme Court has said that he doesn't need to be kept in jail any longer. That's why they've granted him bail, because the ED has not been able to provide proof of the money trail. And furthermore, this then does increase the pressure on the central agency that is probing this case to provide proof in the courts, so that the leaders who are in jail in connection with this, they are not granted bail by the Supreme Court. But remember, this is a very big development. Sanjay Singh, the Aam Aadmi Party MP, is going to be resuming political activities. All right, we're crossing over to, we're actually going to be welcoming Mr. Surendra Rajput to the broadcast right now from the Congress. Mr. Rajput, you're from the Congress. You've been witnessing what's been happening with the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, especially over the last few months when it comes to Liquorgate. Big development is that Sanjay Singh has now received bail by the Supreme Court. What is your first reaction?
संजय सिंह का आजाद दुनिया में स्वागत है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जो जाल रचा था, जेल बनाई थी, उन सारी जेल के तालों को तोड़कर संजय सिंह आए हैं और आज ईडी को भी पूछना चाहेंगे कि ये जो एमपी एमएलए कोर्ट का पीएमएलए जो कोर्ट का डिसीजन है, क्या आप मान गए हैं कि संजय सिंह निर्दोष है? क्योंकि आप स्वयं कहते हैं कि जब तक कोई आदमी 100% निर्दोष न साबित हो, उसको बेल नहीं मिल सकती। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बताना पड़ेगा कि आखिर उन्होंने इमरजेंसी जैसा माहौल क्यों बना रखा है।
All right, Mr. Rajput, thank you so much for joining us and speaking to us here at Mirror Now. Again, just quoting the first reaction from the Congress on this development that Sanjay Singh has been granted bail by the Supreme Court. Again, the Congress is saying that the BJP is now going to have to respond for the situation of emergency that they've put in the capital. Some breaking news that's coming in right now. We're learning that Sunita Kejriwal is slated to interact with the incarcerated Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today. She will be interacting with him via video conference, and it is also likely to start shortly, this conversation and interaction. A Delhi court has allowed the Chief Minister to interact with his family twice a week. So this is on expected lines then. And we're crossing back over to my colleague Pulkit to get us more on this. Pulkit, over to you.
क्योंकि कोर्ट से परमिशन मिली हुई है कि सुनीता केजरीवाल वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग के जरिए अरविंद केजरीवाल से बात कर सकती हैं, तो विधायकों ने जो संदेश आज सुनीता केजरीवाल को दिया है, उनके माध्यम से अब अरविंद केजरीवाल को वो संदेश भेजा जाएगा। विधायकों की तरफ से सुनीता केजरीवाल को ये कहा गया है कि वो अरविंद केजरीवाल को ये साफ कर दें कि उन्हें इस्तीफा नहीं देना है और जेल से ही सरकार चलानी है। तमाम विधायक जो हैं आज इस मीटिंग में शामिल हुए थे। 55 विधायक थे, बाकी 3 लोग जेल के अंदर हैं और इसके अलावा 4 विधायक दिल्ली से बाहर हैं। तो सबकी तरफ से सहमति जता दी गई है, यानी कि अपना समर्थन दे दिया गया है कि वो अरविंद केजरीवाल को इस्तीफा देने के लिए तैयार नहीं है और जेल से ही सरकार चलाए अरविंद केजरीवाल। ये संदेश विधायकों की तरफ से सुनीता केजरीवाल को, और सुनीता केजरीवाल इसी बात को अब अरविंद केजरीवाल के सामने रखेंगे। जी।
All right, Pulkit, thank you so much for joining us and bringing us those details. What's also important to note here is that Sunita Kejriwal has consistently been relaying remarks and messages from the Delhi Chief Minister whenever she goes to meet him in jail, whenever she does interact with him. So it's also possible that in the next few days after interacting with him via video conference, we might see another message from the Delhi Chief Minister.